Hi guys, welcome to the part 2 of the STANAG exam last minute tips. In this video I've got for you 5 extra tips that you can implement before the exam. So if you're running out of time and the exam date is approaching, this video will come in handy. So the first thing is to create the idea bank. What is an idea bank? This is this concept. Well, by the way, this one is perfect for the level 2, but not only. The idea bank means that you think about a lot of things in advance. You anticipate the questions that you might be asked, such as questions related to your favorites, your favorite film, your favorite food, your favorite TV series, your favorite restaurant, your favorite sport, your favorite holiday destination, all kinds of things that are your favorites. Remember that nobody actually cares if this is for real, if this is really your favorite thing in the world. Don't worry about that, okay? So the whole idea of it is that you think, for example, we think about the lasagna. Okay, that's your favorite food. So immediately you start to think about a restaurant in the city where they serve the best lasagna in the world. You think how to prepare lasagna, so different stages of that. We think about the ingredients that we need in order to prepare it ourselves, if we decide to do that. We think about the adjectives to describe food, so some alternatives to delicious, right? All of the things around it, okay? So this is like the whole concept, okay? Lasagna, you can talk about lasagna when they ask you about your favorite restaurant that serves the best lasagna in the world, or if they ask you about your favorite food or how to prepare a certain dish from your country, okay? So lasagna was just like an example of it. It could be anything. Number 2 is to prepare the opening and the ending of your writing. So if you know what kind of writing you can expect at the exam, for example, if you're supposed to write an informal letter, I want you to prepare those parts in advance. Okay? Think, how would you start an informal letter? What is an appropriate way to do this small talk at the beginning? Okay, saying things like, "Hi Tom, how have you been? Long time no see. Sorry that I haven't written for so long, but I've been snowed under with work." This kind of conversation. Okay? Think about it in advance and try to practice it in your writing as well. So planning the opening sentences and ending sentences will make you feel a bit more comfortable and safer in the exam situation. Also, I want you to print the exam topics. Print them and identify, this is tip number 3, by the way. Print them and think which one of them is your weakest one. And you have to start approaching those topics, start from the weakest one. Okay, so you read the topics and you see, okay, the topic of sport, for example, is not your thing. So you start reading more about this topic. You think about the sport equipment that you use when you go to the gym, and you start to go deeper in this topic. Okay. So another thing that you should do is to, this is part 4 now. Yeah, tip number 4 is to revise pandemic vocabulary. So obviously, COVID-19 pandemic had a tremendous impact on our lives, and we are still in the midst of a pandemic, okay, hopefully at the end, but the examiners may ask you some questions about the impact that it had on your private life, on your work life, on your social life. So you need to revise the vocabulary related to the pandemic. All of the words related to the restrictions that were imposed in your country or in other countries, okay? So don't ignore this fact, because this topic may come up easily, even in a small talk, okay? Because the pandemic kind of became a new small talk in 2020 and 2021. So the final thing, the tip number 5, is to make sure that in the preparation process you have the 3 pillars covered. Pillar number 1, fluency. Make sure that you are giving yourself opportunities to practice your speaking, but to practice the fluency, speaking freely, being able to express yourself freely. Okay? It could be joining a speaking club, it could be having some English classes, it could be hanging out with your English speaking friends. They don't have to be native speakers, not necessarily, just having opportunities to practice. So, fluency. The second one will be accuracy. Here, what I would recommend is having someone who would check your writing and someone who would give you some feedback on your speaking. So regular classes may be useful when it comes to accuracy, okay? Because we usually need another person to guide us a little bit. And the third pillar would be exam focus. So here we concentrate on the tasks that are typical to the exam. So the structure of the exam and the way the questions are structured, how long are the texts, and we train ourselves in this type of tasks. They will be different in different NATO countries, so be aware of that. That in some countries they will be like very short text, and in some countries they would be long text with more questions related to one long text. So get familiar with the exams, with the past exams, and do as many as you can, because it will help you like to make this process a little bit more automatic. You will see some tricks that the examiners try to play on you, and you'll be able to avoid falling for those traps that they are setting for you. So these are the extra 5 tips in 2021 that I've got for you. Let me know if there is anything that you would like to request in terms of the next video. But yeah, I decided that these few extra tips needed to be added. See you in the next video.